Hello. How is everybody today? Thank you so much, everyone, for your lovely supportive messages over the last few days. It's meant a lot. I'm still trying to go out running, but oh God, I tell you what, why is it that it takes so long to get fit? It's so hard to stay fit. And it's so easy to lose fitness, literally within a couple of days. And then you feel like you have to start all over again, don't you? It's always been the way. Which is why, and I've always said this, 5 minutes a day to move or do whatever makes you feel good is better than caning it for like an hour a week, once a week. You have muscle memory, right? And your body retains memories and your body retains what you do with it. So 5 minutes of yoga a day, you might even just do one pose and hold it for a few breaths, or you might even just raise your arms above your head and just breathe for a bit, is better than feeling like you have to do a yoga class or you have to do like a 2-hour workout, and it just sort of sits in front of you, doesn't it, like a chasm of doom, and you delay it, and then you put your trainers on and you walk around for a bit, and then you might do a few texts, and then you might drive. Shall I walk there? I'll just have a coffee first to wake me up. I'll just have a do so and so, because it seems such a sort of huge task. So instead of that, a good way to improve your fitness, if you want to, she says, having just tried to run for an hour, is to do a little bit every day, little and often. Kind of like the best way of eating, really, little bits of food, and sort of spread it out rather than overloading your system, in my opinion. So little bits of movement, one pose, 5 minutes a day, just doing something you enjoy is better than really destroying yourself and the pressure of feeling that you have to do something for an hour or 2 hours, and then of course you're not going to do it, right? I see so often, and this is how gyms make their money, obviously, they sell you the idea that you need them to achieve a goal, to achieve something. So you pay monthly, and of course most of the gyms are sort of a little bit out of the way, so you have to drive there maybe, and then all the faff of getting in, you've got to pack all your stuff, and then you do a class, and then you go home, and then what tends to happen is that people waste their money. They don't use the gym membership that much. So the gym has got their money, but people aren't really achieving their goals. And that's because you don't really need anyone else to achieve your goals. It comes from here, and that's goals throughout your entire life, right? It all comes from you, from inside you. But we're fed this thing because people say, oh, you're a natural runner. I'm not a natural runner in any way. Or I need someone to take a class, else I'm not disciplined. So I just don't do it. And there is a certain aspect of that, but you can do it. It's just what probably has happened in terms of your fitness goals is that you've bitten off more than you can chew, and therefore you don't do it. So I know people that, January the 1st, they start running, never run before, they start running, and they do like an hour's run, and then they can't move for a week, and then they get put off psychologically, because psychologically we're not going to start doing things that feel bad. Even though lots of us do lots of things that make us feel bad and just don't know it because we're used to it. But that's another story. We're not going to do things that physically feel bad for us. If we feel pain, we retract and we recoil from it. It's an instinctive reaction. So if we know we've got an hour of physical hell coming up, we won't do it, will we? If we know we've got an hour that we have to do, our whole mind says, I don't want to do it. So psychologically, it's a bit too much. So if you are wanting to sort of improve your flexibility or your stamina or your cognitive reactions, brain, body, etc., or you want to get fit, start off with a little bit. There are some amazing YouTube videos. My mum does one where it's a chair aerobics, and it's 5 minutes. And it's a woman called Jackie Tilley, and it's absolutely fantastic. My mum's in her 70s, she's not mobile, and she sits on a chair and does this 5 minutes, and the change in her skin, her attitude, her mood, her face is extraordinary. just after 5 minutes of just doing this, da, 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 you know, and she says, oh, I'm going to do this every day. And it makes her feel different. And if you're feeling bad doing something, why are you going to do it? So pick something that feels good for you. You know, it could be anything. You can walk with your dog, it could be, you know, jumping around to music, anything. And notice how different you look after doing it. It's quite extraordinary. So I've had sort of a long history with fitness because that's how I've what helps me mentally. I suffer from anxiety quite a lot, and so it helps me mentally. So that's my choice. That's what I do. And I was very, very fit, and now I've got older, I'm not so fit, and I've forgiven myself for that. But I still push myself quite far, and I'm aware that I do that, and I rein myself in again. But that's also because I'm passionate about the power of movement. Always have been. Whatever that may be. And I know what makes me feel better, but I'm also passionate about communicating to others what they can do, or questions that they might ask, or problems that they struggle with and just don't know. The fitness industry, when you look at it, my God, when I look at all these people going, get this, do this, no, you must eat like this, no, you must move like this, no, this training is better, HIIT training is better than long runs are better for this, that, the other. It's bamboozling, right? So someone who doesn't know where to start, come to people like me who are pretty much an open book across the board and have tried everything pretty much, and know anatomy, know about food, know about fitness training, know about the body, skeletal and muscular and all of that kind of stuff. But I don't preach about it. I don't preach one thing. Because one thing does not fit all, right? That goes with our hair, our clothes, who we are, our lifestyle, and also how we use our body. Everyone is different. So if you're feeling like you just can't get up off the sofa, but you know you have to, stop punishing yourself. Ask questions. Write questions down and go, and then do a little bit of research. If I want to tone my arms, you know, all that kind of stuff, and then go to a person who can just say how it works, or what you can do, not what you must do, what you can do. And remember also that when you're looking at YouTube, or you're looking at videos about things, all the yogis and all that kind of stuff, and all the pretty stuff that yogis do, you don't need to do that, right? That's just the showy offy stuff that all us yogis love to do, and it's fun. It's just fun. Okay, all of that stuff is advanced stuff that is actually easier than beginner's yoga. To begin yoga is much harder than doing a split or a handstand or wafting yourself in the air. Much harder, because you have to be so aware of what your body's doing. If you're strong and bendy, it's easy. It's easy to do a handstand. It's easy to do a headstand. It's all technique. It's easily learned. It's easily done. To do the beginning stuff, you have to be focused. You gain such strength so quickly. So remember that as a beginner, you have the advantage in terms of fitness. You really have the advantage. And just look around and go to someone who explains how it works. Yeah, and remember, when you've got a guy on YouTube who's ripped and he's in the gym, and he's a YouTuber that's got a huge following, and he tells you to do an exercise and this and that other, remember, he's genetically made up different to you. What works for him, and because he's got these big arms and this six-pack, it might not be right for you. That move might not be right for you. So get a female perspective and a male perspective as well, and kind of get different viewpoints. So you've got a canvas that you can pick and choose from and say, okay, that does make me feel good. I don't like that exercise because of that, and you want results, right? You want results, whether that be to feel better up here, in here, or in your body. Okay, we don't want to keep flogging ourselves for nothing. You want a little bit of a result. If you do something that makes you feel worse than it did at the beginning. So for me, hot yoga, I hate. I tried it, you know, the really hot yoga. I was going to do my teacher training, and oh my god, I've even forgotten the guy's name, because I just literally haven't done it for about 15 years. He's that guy with all the cars. And also he tried to copyright yoga poses and failed. Moneymaker. But anyway, I hate it. I can't do it. It makes me vomit. Right, I'm already quite a hot person inside. I have a lot of heat already, so I don't want to make myself hotter. I prefer from the heat to grow heat from the inside in yoga, which you can. You can be drenched in sweat very easily in yoga without having heaters blaring out at you. Some people love hot yoga. They tend to be people who are very quite addictive based, very addictive personality. It's very addictive because you get an instant reaction in your body. You feel, I've sweated all my toxins out, I've sweated everything out. There's a very instant physical feeling, and it's a physical feeling that my body can't tolerate. I just vomit, pass out. There's no point in me doing it. Hot yoga is not for me. Warm yoga, yes. Hot yoga, no. Very, very bad for me. Almost makes me feel like I'm about to have a seizure. So don't push yourself into doing things that are trendy, things that you think you should be doing. There's no scientific base that hot yoga is good for you. It stresses out the adrenals, your kidneys, and it stresses them out because they're already designed to do what they do, and they're doing it, right? You don't need to flush anything out of yourself because your body's already doing it. To put that body in such intense heat and move in it can be very dangerous for people. So don't feel that you have to, or do things that you've seen. You know, I think what I feel is that movement and exercise allows you to get to know yourself, really, to get to know your body and accept your body and start to feel good in your body, right? That's what, for me, it's about. So if something doesn't feel good for you, it might not be right for you. And if you're at war with your body, whatever you're doing is not helping that. We want to stop the war with our body, right? We want to love it. We've only got one, maybe, unless we're a twin joined, but we've got one. So anyway, this is what I can offer. I don't want to be part of any of the drama and a fit of crime, fit of soapbox, fit of irrelevance. Yeah, that's really, really cool, mature, so clever sentences to say for someone who's almost 40. But people will do that. What I can do is I can teach what I know, and people can use me for that. So if you have any questions, if anyone feels like they don't know where to start, or they're at a crossroads, or they don't feel good in themselves, or they just want something a little bit extra, tell me. My email's on my community page. I'm always here to answer any questions about that. And I don't judge, and I don't doctrinate about exercise. Is that the right word? I am open to it all. So anyway, I just thought I'd do that to inspire you for the day, that don't take life in big chunks sometimes. Split it down into little bits, bite-sized portions, and it just gets a little bit more easy to take that one step at a time, hour by hour, day by day. Break it down, and it takes the pressure off yourself. And just get up, do something, stretch for 1 minute, and look at yourself in the mirror, and you look different. Just do a little test on yourself. Anyway, have a good day, guys, and I'll see you soon.